Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking in today. We have the 6th mission here, the last of the sort of classic 6 4-bolt action here from the main rulebook. We're going to get to the others in the book as well, but just this initial 6 here is kind of our first step. So this one is Demolition. So again, a little bit of a departure from what we've seen previously, just to mix things up. So story here for this mission, basically our scout planes have pinpointed the enemy HQ. Your objective is to reach the enemy position and destroy it. Strong enemy resistance is expected, naturally. So you must attack in force so do leave a portion of your force behind in order to defend our own artillery emplacement. So basically it's kind of a battle of opposing HQs or actual headquarters location. So setup here, both players roll a die. High score picks a side and places his base in his setup zone up to 20 away from the table middle. We'll see that in a second here on the map. The other player does the same. These bases should be represented by a model command post, like a tent, dugout, command vehicle, something here that really just represents it, as opposed to a token on this one, right? Token really is just kind of bare bones and really won't do this kind of justice, right? And again, could even be a building, fuel dump. A lot of these things just make really great scenic and memorable objectives for this. Would you rather go and fight to blow up a poker chip, or blow up, a fuel dump or something like that, and actually feel like you accomplished something, right? So again, as I mentioned here, even just a token, but token is kind of putting in minimal effort here. So if you have anything that can be used, go with that as opposed to just a token here. The high scorer then declares which of his units, if any, are being left in reserve. This can be up to half rounded down, as we've seen before. The other player does the same. Once that's all declared, which are in reserve and all that, then you deploy your other units. Both players put an order die in the bag for every unit not in reserve, and therefore needs to be deployed. Then draw a die, and that player must deploy one of his units, at least 12 from the table middle. Units can use the hidden setup rules, and then basically do that until everything has been set up. So pretty neat way of going about that here. Just to peel back on the map a second. All right, so we have the setup zone, the table middle, and then basically that 20-inch field on either side there for setup purposes. So the objective, both sides must destroy the enemy base. A base is destroyed if at the end of any turn any enemy unit is touching the base. Empty transports don't count, but if there are guys in the transport, then yes. So first turn. Battle begins. There is no first wave in this scenario. All units not held in reserve are deployed at the start of the game. So you're not walking on here, but again, you could vary the scenario a bit, right? Take some of the other deployment styles from the other missions and just mix things up if this, stock version of the scenario ever gets boring. And again, we can always spice things up with other modifiers, right? Again, weather, nighttime, you name it. There's just endless variety of doing that. Okay. Then, game duration as normal here, basically. So on turn 6, roll a die. 4 up, there's another turn. However, if a player destroys the enemy base, the game will end at the end of that turn. So you only have to really... you have only until the end of the turn to try and destroy the enemy base, or you will lose the game. So you do get to at least finish out the full turn and try to destroy their base in turn before it's game over. But this game essentially can end at any point, theoretically, possibly somehow on turn 1. But realistically, this is one that's not necessarily always going to go the distance, but it certainly can drag on if it's just if you're defending well, right? Because again, you're not only going for the opponent, but you're going to have to defend yours as well. So balanced approach will probably be the best for you there. But great to take advantage of units that are good on the defense here, as you want to just make it as absolutely painful as possible for the opponent to get to your base, right? So victory, if at the end of any turn one player has destroyed his opponent's base while his own still stands, he's the winner. Otherwise it's a draw. So pretty simple stuff here. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. And again, we could have little variations on this as well. So, maybe larger games, you have sort of multiple smaller bases, and then maybe one like large HQ, and, have different effects for blowing up these different things. So all in all, a fun way to round out the initial 6 here. So again, we got some basically destroy the opponent missions, some objectives, some sort of variations on the classic objectives with like the top secret mission, the demolition, and things here. And we've seen a sprinkling of different deployment types and reserves and turn lengths and all those things. So again, a pretty good variety here for this just initial 6. But as always, guys, let us know in the comments what you think of the demolition scenario. Are you a fan of it? Let us know your memorable experiences from that, and any maybe weird finishes like nothing being destroyed or both players destroying in the same turn. Were you able to if you lost yours, were you able to pull it out and at least play to a draw? So hit us up in the comments there, guys. As always, like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got more bolt action coverage coming for you guys, and if you want to support the channel a little bit more, take a look at that description. Link in the description. We'll get it right. And head over to Warlord there. Anything you pick up there will help support us. So, as always, guys, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.